The level of professionalism at this center and the continued level of support that has been provided, I can say has probably been most impactful. This is my third center of having been involved in over a period of just shy probably of 10 years of in the system. And I feel as if all centers across the state should not be modified to incorporate the level of care and continued care provided for not only the child survivor, but for the families or the caregivers who are surviving as well with the child. It was the fourth time, maybe, I would have to say that my children's father had been reported. This was the center for us. One of the last times that one of my children had come forward was here in this center. I don't know if it comes in age over a period of years, but the level of what was willing to be shared by a child and having them had been my children, I just feel like the level of interaction once they got here started to open the doors of communication. Here they did share with me, and nobody had ever, not even in all the other times, doubted whether or not my children had been telling distruths or whatever you want to call it. But they knew here, that confirmation hearing, that your child is telling the truth. She is clear, she is consistent, she is concise. The story was still the same without going into a lot of explicit details that they knew. I knew in my heart that had been what happened, because it's a puzzle piece. You put all these puzzle pieces together. Sexual abuse does not discriminate. And I think that the knowledge with this staff in particular and what they unfortunately may see on a day-to-day basis, there's that realization. Resources made available and even the guidance given to the caregivers. I had none of that. This was my children's third interview, and it was the first time that they walked out of a center not having felt defeated. There was just even a sense of peace to them. They really felt like their voice was going to be heard. They really felt like, okay, this is going to be the time where somebody has heard our voice, and they just had, it was relief, a significant amount of relief. You feel vindicated. It was validation enough for them. The importance that is stressed with the levels of continuing education, the involvement that the caseworkers have from start to finish. There are ongoing training programs that occur here, and I think it is those programs and those resources that help the entire staff work together as a team. And you can see that. And I know that monetary contributions play a significant role in staffing, in education, and in making sure that the proper resources are in place not only for the child but for the caregiver. And without those resources, I mean, this is a true pandemic, and there need to be more resources in place for those that do not have the finances to fight the system and to help the families that are left trying to figure out how they're going to cope with a child that has been abused. And if anybody wanted to put their money to good use, it ought to be helping to continue funding places like this. Never thought I would be stuck in a system needing aid and help. Never in a million years. I sat on the other side where we donated. And now I'm pleading for help and resources and for my children's voices to be heard. This facility here is the only place that has given support. It's the resources that's going to get that child to continue to grow. This facility functions internally to heal you from the inside out. This is where you heal from. You don't